Cybersecurity teams are working feverishly to stem the impact of the single biggest global ransomware attack on record, with some details emerging about how the Russia-linked gang behind it breached the company whose software was the conduit. An affiliate of the notorious REvil gang, best known for extorting $11 million from the meat processor JBS after a Memorial Day attack, infected thousands of victims in at least 17 countries on Friday, largely through firms that remotely manage IT infrastructure for multiple customers, cybersecurity researchers said. REvil was demanding ransoms of up to $5 million, the researchers said. But late Sunday it offered in a posting on its dark website a universal decryptor software key that would unscramble all affected machines in exchange for $70 million in cryptocurrency. Earlier, the FBI said in a statement that while it was investigating the attack, its scale may make it so that we are unable to respond to each victim individually. Deputy National Security Advisor and Neuberger later issued a statement saying President Joe Biden had directed the full resources of the government to investigate this incident and urged all who believed they were compromised to alert the FBI. Mr. Biden suggested Saturday the U.S. would respond if it was determined that the Kremlin is at all involved. Less than a month ago, he pressed Russian President Vladimir Putin to stop giving safe haven to REvil and other ransomware gangs whose unrelenting extortionary attacks the U.S. deems a national security threat. On Monday, Putin spokesman Dmitry Peskov was asked if Russia was aware of the attack or had looked into it. He said no, but suggested it could be discussed by the U.S. and Russia in consultations on cybersecurity issues for which no timeline has been specified. A broad array of businesses and public agencies were hit by the latest attack, apparently on all continents, including in financial services, travel, leisure, and the public sector, though few large companies, the cybersecurity firm Sophos reported. Ransomware criminals infiltrate networks and sell malware that cripples them by scrambling all their data. Victims get a decoder key when they pay up. The Swedish grocery chain Coop said most of its 800 stores would be closed for a second day Sunday because their cash register software supplier was crippled. A Swedish pharmacy chain, gas station chain, the state railway, and public broadcaster SVT were also hit. In Germany, an unnamed IT services company told authorities several thousand of its customers were compromised, the news agency DPA reported. Also among reported victims were two big Dutch IT services companies, Velzart and Hoppenbrouwer Techniek. Most ransomware victims don't publicly report attacks or disclose if they've paid ransoms. CEO Fred Vakala of the breached software company, Kaseya, estimated the victim number in the low thousands, mostly small businesses like dental practices, architecture firms, plastic surgery centers, libraries, things like that. The company said Monday in a notice posted on its website that it has unfortunately been the victim of a sophisticated cyber attack. Vakala said in an interview that only 50 to 60 of the company's 37,000 customers were compromised. But 70% were managed service providers who used the company's hacked VSA software to manage multiple customers. It automates the installation of software and security updates and manages backups and other vital tasks. But how they did it? Dutch researchers said they alerted Miami-based Kaseya to the breach and said the criminals used a zero-day, the industry term for a previously unknown security hole in the software. Vakala wouldn't confirm that or offer details of the breach except to say that it wasn't phishing. The level of sophistication here was extraordinary, he said. When the cybersecurity firm Mandiant finishes its investigation, Vakala said he is confident it will show that the criminals didn't just violate Kaseya code in breaking into his network, but also exploited vulnerabilities in third-party software. It wasn't the first ransomware attack to leverage managed services providers. In 2019, criminals hobbled the networks of 22 Texas municipalities through one. That same year, 400 U.S. dental practices were crippled in a separate attack. One of the Dutch vulnerability researchers, Victor Gevers, said his team is worried about products like Kaseya's VSA because of the total control of vast computing resources they can offer. More and more of the products that are used to keep networks safe and secure are showing structural weaknesses, he wrote in a blog Sunday. Active since April 2019, REvil provides ransomware as a service, meaning it develops the network paralyzing software and leases it to so-called affiliates who infect targets and earn the lion's share of ransoms. U.S. officials say the most potent ransomware gangs are based in Russia and allied states and operate with Kremlin tolerance and sometimes collude with Russian security services. Businesses around the world are attacked using ransomware roughly every 11 seconds, according to Cybersecurity Ventures. The security firm projects that global ransomware losses this year will reach $20 billion. Cybersecurity expert Dmitry Alperovich, of the Silverado Policy Accelerator think tank, said that while he doesn't believe the Kaseya attack is Kremlin-directed, it shows that Putin has not yet moved on shutting down cyber criminals.